Hi everybody, it's Albert here from the Cortex group. Hope you're all well. So this is just a video log of some afterthoughts regarding the first session. So yeah, first session, wow, finally we got it in the belt after much blood, sweat and tears. More sweat and tears, less of the blood, but we got it in the bag, guys. Yes, finally did it. Over the moon, absolutely chuffed to bits to get the first session out of the way. But I do need to address a bugbear. Again, there were some minor glitches in regards to the audio. It was high, it was low, it was muffled. But yeah, I guess, guys, look, we're new. What you expect? You know, you're going to get some teething problems. Yeah, whether it's equipment or whether it's in the way we act or behave. This is all nerve-wracking stuff and a lot to take in. So we're still getting used to, not only are we getting used to the equipment, we're also getting used to the world, the environment and our characters. So we're learning, and this can only get better. So I had to get that out of the way. So yeah, guys, first episode done. Rise of the Empire episode 1. If you didn't catch it live, you can watch it pre-recorded. It's there. You can watch it as many times as you like. So in episode 1 we meet the Semnothai. These are essentially the druids and the answer to no man, no woman, chief, king, queen or other. They answer only to the gods. Basically they are the political power that governs the world. So if you're one of the lucky few that are chosen to be Semnothai, then you have pretty much nobody to answer to, other than their superiors, of course. Semnothai themselves have their own hierarchy, so I'm just going to talk my way through the hierarchy to give you a bit of an idea how it works. So top down you have the Visok, who is Ingvar, who we meet at the council. He is the leader of the Semnothai, and as a result, as things stand, the most powerful man in the known world. Then you have the High Council, the 6. These are known as the Sovid. We have Ubin, Haikon, Thidrock, Halfgrim, Godric, and of course our very own Ulmako. Below that you have your clan advisors, known as Zakanik, and below that you have your ordinary run-of-the-mill Semnothai, and these are basically Semnothai who are yet to establish themselves. But even so, if you get to the very basic level of Semnothai, you are far above the norm in terms of social status. Next we have the Vaktori. These are the militant arm of the Semnothai, the warriors, the soldiers. Here we meet me, Karadak. Although in the eyes of the Semnothai, the Vaktori are still considered little better than slaves. However, we're a sharpened tool. These that are used to enforce their bidding through physical means, preferably more than likely, as and when required. Now the Vaktori are divided into separate divisions known as talons. And each talon have their own talon leader, but amongst it all you have one king of the roost, as it were. And that is known as the Thane. And that Thane is Buso. And we have runs with Buso also. He clearly, from my understanding and my point of view alone, has his nose fairly high up the rear end of Ingvar's end. And this clearly shows. Buso is arrogant, someone who is pushing the realms of a station, and he hates Karadak, and my guy, he hates me. I have no doubt in his skills or his abilities to lead, but clearly he feels threatened by Karadak. I mean, let's face it, he's younger, he's fitter, more pleasing on the eye, of course, and he's actually favoured by his talent, his comrades, and this is obvious when you watch it. He's got it out for Karadak from the very get-go. Will Karadak ever get to challenge Buso for the title of Thane? Who knows, but it'll be interesting to see how this story unfolds. So, coming back to Karadak, he's no ordinary Vaktori. He stands out, not just because he excels on the field of battle. in the martial sense, in leading. Not because his name is well regarded throughout the order, but it's in particular how he carries himself and the two swords which he carries. If you watch, you will begin to get the picture how the Vakhtari order work and how they function and how they dress, that kind of thing. And the standard Vakhtari dress code is your breastplate, your armor to the legs. I don't know what it's called, but you get the picture. I mean, the pictures are there, the images are there, so you get an idea how the standard Vakhtari look. But in particular, again, on the pictures you see Karadak wear the two twin swords. And that's unique. No other Vakhtari does that. I mean, Buso has his axe, but that's Buso. He's the Thane. He's the leader. But that's what makes Karadak stand out amongst all other Vakhtari. So like Buso has favour of Ingvar, Karadak has favour of the Soviet Ulmako. Now this isn't uncommon. I mean, again, I'm a slave. Oh, Karadak is a slave. So this isn't beyond the realms of impossible. These things happen. You have a favoured slave, and as Ulmako mentions in the story, that I'm a tool, and if this tool gets blunt, he may replace me. But behind the scenes, it's clear to see that Ulmako and Karadak's relationship stems beyond just master and slave. Now, if you notice around authority, Karadak knows his place. He speaks only when expected and not out of terms. But when they are alone, there are moments, there's glimmers that they share stories, they share opinions, and perhaps the odd joke. Now, Karadak did offer a little glimmer, a glimpse of the past relation. This is something that we will clearly explore as the story unfolds, but there was a tiny glimmer when we were at the Alfar ruins, coming face to face with a god. I'll not go into too much detail regarding that, because that changed things massively. But Karadak does mention how he owed a lot to Ulmako, and that he was ready to put his life on the line, ready to die for him. Now, perhaps, look, the Vakhtari are the warriors, the soldiers. They're conditioned from a very young age to fight the cause, and all they know is war and battle, and to follow orders. And that stems to the Semnathai. And if they die in the line of duty, then they die in the line of duty. That's probably is the norm. However, this was different, and there was a certain level of sincerity in the way that Karadak spoke. I guess this highlights that there is more there than meets the eye. And like I say, you'll just have to stay tuned and see how this one pans out as the story develops. So keep an eye on it. So after the council meeting, we learn of, what do we learn? We learn of the Norsai incursion to the north, but in particular the Unborogan king, King Bjorn. He is mentioned, and how much, well, it's evident how much the Visok, Ingvar, would like him removed. He clearly sees him as a threat. On one hand, he's hoping that the success of the Norsai incursion may take care of King Bjorn. Either he's killed or he escapes north. But on the other hand, being the diplomat, Ingvar does not want King Bjorn to strike an allegiance, which would become problematic for the Semnathai in particular. So Ulmako offers to head to Reitdorf, to the Unborogan, to get sense of what is happening, where the tribe stands, etc. Along the way, yes, we meet a god, holy hell, who enlightened us on what needs to happen, which, again, like I said, it changes things massively. So this will be interesting to see how it's going to play out, because on one hand, we have the Semnathai telling us to do one thing, and on the other hand, we have a god saying, you must do this. So do we listen to the god and lose favour with the god, or do we stick close with the Semnathai, whom they hear the word of the God also. Which God that is, who knows? Again, this is something that we're just going to have to find out as the story evolves. I mean, I don't know. So, like I say, this is something alien to me, and just as it is to you. But it will be interesting to see. Again, I mean, look, Olmoko, I don't even know. I mean, me and Olmoko have history. Olmoko may have other agendas. He may follow the word of the God. He may not. He may be loyal to the Semnathai Order. But as things stands, from where Caradoc stands, I am loyal to Olmoko. Because, again, I owe him a lot. We have history. That history is something that we will explore as the story develops. But, yeah, in terms of my allegiance, yes, I have a God telling myself and Olmoko to do something. But, again, my allegiance, as far as I'm concerned, as far as Caradoc is concerned, lies with Olmoko. So where we are, we arrive at Reichdorf. We meet with King Bjorn and his pregnant queen. It's clear from the get-go that he and Olmoko have history. They are very familiar. But we also get to meet Erstad, the Zakonik, who looked very much like he had been overindulging more ways than one. So it will be interesting to learn where his allegiance stand. Does his allegiance stand with the Semnathai Order, or is he more close to King Bjorn? Who knows? So as we approach the end of the session, an old baton-hardened warrior, a veteran, he enters the scene. Caradoc, who is standing outside on guard, comes face to face with this warrior, and the warrior greets him and shows him a degree of closeness which he is not familiar with, especially outside the Semnathai Order, outside the Vakhtari Order. So this is something that he's not accustomed to. The warrior enters the tent and joins Olmoko and King Bjorn. And as he enters, the drapes open and close, and the last thing Caradoc hears is the voice of the booming voice of King Bjorn say, "Ha ha, old friends, 3 of us together again." So again, this is gives Caradoc the sense that this veteran is also familiar to Olmoko. So we leave it as the drapes close, and that was the end of session 1, episode 1, done. Just like that, within a blink of an eye. Who knew it was 2 hours and 14 or 19 minutes gone? Again, no dice rolled, didn't break from the atmosphere. And yes, I absolutely thoroughly enjoyed it. And I am very eager to know what happens in episode 2. We hope that, again, all of you out there can join us for the live session. But again, look, guys, if you can't make it for the live session, it's okay. We have the pre-recorded stuff. We are on demand anytime. You can keep up with the story, keep up to date with the story of Olmoko and Caradoc. But like, this is the beauty of the story. I keep going back to the beauty of the story and the beauty of not having to roll dice, because it's all about the story. And we would very much like it if all of you could be a part of that. Episode 2 is live again next Sunday, as it is every Sunday. Not episode 2, I mean, this is a forward thing. We will have episode 3 and so on. But episode 2 will air live next Sunday. But again, if you miss it, you can't watch it on demand. So guys, that is it. That was just, again, a vlog, which I will be doing on a regular basis. You can follow me on my Twitch handle, which is at Talbot_Cortex. Give me a follow. You can ask me questions. You can chat with me there. I will be posting things on there on a regular basis. If not, I will be posting vlogs on here once we've had a bit of downtime. So if you are lucky enough, fortunate enough to join us on a live session, we do have a Q&A session, a chat session, as it were, after the closing of the episode and episode 2. So that's an opportunity for you guys to chat with us, talk about the session, any questions, how we're feeling, But if not, again, these vlogs will happen. So you can keep up to date with what we're feeling. But again, you can comment on the Twitch channel itself, and we will be reviewing them. And if it needs be, I will vlog again. So again, guys, look, thank you for listening, thank you for watching, and we hope you can tune in next week. If not, watch us on the pre-recorded. This is Talmud signing out. Thank you.